Uncrowned has UFC 320 live results, round-by-round updates, start time and highlights for the magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira and Madrabdalashvili versus Corey Sandhagen fight card on Saturday night at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. UFC light heavyweight champion magomed Ankalaev seeks the first defense of his title when he takes on former champion Alex Pereira in a rematch of their March bout in the night's 5-round main event. Ankalaev, 23-2, is Uncrowned's number 7 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. A native of Dagestan, he captured the belt with a unanimous decision over Pereira earlier this year at UFC 313. Since losing at the literal last second in his 2018 UFC debut, Magomedov, 33, is unbeaten over his past 14 bouts. Pereira, 12-12, and 3 but squad's hottest talents prior to his setback against Ankalaev. The Brazilian two-sport titan rampaged to a 5-0 record in his first 5 bouts as a UFC light heavyweight, capturing the title, defending it 3 times, and scoring a quartet of knockouts over Jerry Prochazka, X2, Jamal Hill, and Khalil Roundtree Jr. Pereira, 38, also won the UFC middleweight title in 2022.
A federal judge blocked President Donald Trump's call-up of 200 National Guard troops in Oregon, ruling that Trump's claims of daily unrest in Portland were untethered to facts and risk plunging the nation into an unconstitutional form of military rule. This is a nation of constitutional law, no martial law, wrote U.S. District Judge and Korean Nimmergut in a top appointee. Immergut said Trump's decision to enlist members of the Oregon's National Guard was based on false claims about nightly unrest targeting federal immigration authorities and buildings in Portland. Though Trump described the city as war-ravaged and racked with violence, police said immigration-related protests have been small, manageable, and large and peaceful in the days leading up to Trump's pronouncement. These incidents are inexcusable, but they are nowhere near the type of incidents they cannot be handled by regular law enforcement forces, Immergut wrote. President Trump exercised his lawful authority to protect fragile actions and personnel in Portland following violent riots and attacks on law enforcement. We expect to be vindicated by a higher court, said White House Spokesman Abigail Jackson in a statement. The Department of Homeland Security did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The ruling is Lay's brushback as Trump expands the number of cities which he's deployed troops over the objection of local leaders. Trump on Saturday ordered National Guard troops deployed to Chicago, despite fierce protest from Illinois Gov. J.B. Pritzker, and has similarly sent troops to Los Angeles and Washington, D.C., where local officials have filed lawsuits seeking to block their appointments.
Sarmas and Heidi Delic of their Alex Overlay accepts severed to the losses after a sudden heavy downpour and gale force winds destroyed as many as 60,000 banana trees. A majority of them were ripe for harvest on Friday night. A press note from the collector at the following day corroborated the damage to the banana plantations in the Thalik. The affected farmers have urged the state to provide compensation for the crop damage. The Valley collector Orsu Kamar on Saturday inspected the affected banana plantations in Kunyar, North Arianagipuram, North Arianagipuram, North Viravanallur, Karamapuram, Tupper the North villages, and Chairman Haida Vitalik. After inspection, he directed the officials from the horticulture department and the village administration to take measures to assess the total number of banana trees destroyed and file a report soon. And Deventhrin, the farmer from Kunyar, he said he cultivated 1,000 banana trees, which were ready to be harvested in 2 more months, but the gale uprooted almost all of the banana trees. He said, adding that he spent a total of 80,000 rupees for cultivating the trees. Another farmer, Mediapan, said around 900 of the 3,000 trees he had cultivated across 3 acres of land in Kunyar were destroyed in the gale.
Pakistan continues to lag behind in polio vaccination, with misinformation leading many parents to refuse the vaccine for their children. In response, the Sindh provincial government has threatened to suspend certain children's services for those who do not comply, reports Geo News. Since Chief Minister Murad Ali Shah, presiding over a polio eradication meeting at the CM House on Friday, said he was considering measures such as blocking SIM cards and suspending national identity cards, CNICs, and passports for parents who refuse to vaccinate their children. I have no other options but to penalize those who shirk their national duty of eradicating polio, a responsibility that starts at home and affects the entire province and country, he said. Such refusal harms not only children but spreads the virus to other children. A polio vaccine refusal cell has been established at the CM House, which will receive Union Council-wise details of parents refusing vaccination to address them to a social, political, and administrative measures. The Sindh CM also instructed the health department and district administrations to intensify efforts to eliminate polio, noting that most new cases have emerged from border areas. He further directed that the next vaccination campaign include all nomadic families, particularly in Hyderabad and Mirpur Khas divisions. Sindh reported 2 additional polio cases last month, raising the province's total to 9. Nationwide, 29 cases have been reported, with Khyber Pakhtunkhwa at 18 cases, followed by Sindh at 9 and 1 case each in Punjab and Azal Jammu and Kashmir.